My name is Kimi, a national parks enthusiast and your host on today's trip to Everglades National Park. This trolley, sponsored by the City of Homestead, really is a dream come true for those of us who work at the parks. For the first time ever, people can get to their national parks without having to drive. That's kind of a big deal, to be able to see something that every American citizen has a stake in owning. And if you're visiting from somewhere else, it's a great way for us to show you 3 places we are immensely proud of: our 2 national parks and Homestead's Downtown Historic District, which was recognized by the National Park Service back in 2007 as part of the National Register of Historic Places. Let's start with a round of applause for the City of Homestead and for the folks at the National Parks Conservation Association who helped make this happen. What do you think of when you hear the word community? The dictionary says it's a group of people living in the same place or having a particular characteristic in common. A feeling of fellowship with others as a result of sharing common attitudes, interests, and goals. The term community is also used in biology to describe the living parts of ecosystems. Communities often interact with one another in a hierarchy. Homestead, for example, is part of the South Dade community. Similarly, natural communities are part of larger entities. When we include every rock and tree, the air, the water, and all of the other non-living parts of a community, biologists use the term ecosystem. We can apply that word to the man-made world as well. Some of the non-living parts of the homestead ecosystem are the buildings, roads, climate, history, and politics. For any ecosystem to be healthy, all its parts must work in sync. The human ecosystem is impacted by neighboring ecosystems, like those found in Biscayne and Everglades National Parks, and vice versa. On today's trip out to the Everglades National Park, we're going to look at how these communities and ecosystems impact one another in all kinds of ways. From sawgrass to seagrass, from squash to sapote, and from trains to planes to automobiles, South Dade's communities have some pretty interesting stories to tell. Are you ready to go?